Back again.
Hey.
Back at it again.
Hey.
Back at it.
Hey.
In that order. In that order. In that. Look at the strong crackhead. Yo, anytime you see a crackhead do this, yo, it's about to be a wrap, yo. They gonna storm the yard. What?
Why are you looking at your phone?
Why, I can't look at my phone?
No.
Child.
Have to kill a bitch.
Kill a bitch for what? I ain't got no hoes. My hoes know I'm on vacation. They're not gonna bother me.
At least they know.
They only bother me when I'm at work. Because that's when they know your ass not around. Like that? You can't even see. Gotta click on it.
What are we talking about?
A worse day.
One of the worst days of our lives. No. Okay, so I didn't put it on airplane mode.
It's alright.
Okay. So one of the worst days of my life, I was in another state. I was in another relationship. I was really young, 19, 20 years old. And this state now, I'm just going to say
I hate listening to shit like this.
Bitch, stop. I'm just going to say it was a DMV area. So I lived there. I lived in the DMV for about a year and a half, 2 years. And the pay is different. Why are you looking at me, booby?
I don't know.
The pay is different.
You're so cute. Yo, she is the sexiest thing on this land, yo. I'm telling you, yo. I've never been anybody's, like, I could just look at her and be like, damn, she's mine. Ain't she married? Ain't she off the market? Yes, God.
That's good. Oh
my gosh.
Okay.
I think they don't know I'm this silly. Like, they always think like I'm just like somebody with a bad past who's not settled down. I'm not bad.
She's
don't make those videos y'all watching define me. I'm different.
She was a whore though.
I was.
Okay, so yeah, I was 19, 20. I was living in the DMV area for 1.5, 2 years. The pay is different out there. Out in New York, you know, I'm used to getting I was getting probably like $13, $14, $15 an hour at that age. And when I got to the DMV area, the pay was a lot lower. So I was working like at least 3 jobs to pay rent and bills or whatever. So I had this opportunity. I was working at a store with a coworker, and she was like, you know what, I'm out of here. I'm going back to my old job. I was like, all right, bye. One day I went to an interview. I missed the interview. I went to a wrong location. I called her like, what you doing? She's like, I'm at work. Come through. So I went in there. It's a strip club. And I go in there, and she's like, what up, girl? And she was like, just try it one time. And she was a white girl. And I was like, no, I ain't dancing, girl. You crazy? She's like, nobody know you out here. It's not. And it was a small little club. Like, it wasn't like a lot of people. It was like 3 customers, and it was really tiny.
Countryside.
Yeah, it was like real, like little. So the manager was like, oh, where you from? I said, New York. He said, okay, we're going to call you Jersey. And he was like, just audition, just dance up there for one song with your friend. You don't got to go up there by yourself. I'm like, all right, girl, cool. So she gave me an outfit. And at this time, I had box braids in my hair. So she gave me an outfit. One of her outfits, it was like brand new. And some, those shoes with the legit shoes. And we danced for like a song or 2.
That's why you like that Jersey song from Drake and Future?
No. So then I got off the stage, and I was like, well, that was pretty cool. He was like, all right, well, if you like it, you can come back and you can just, try it out. I was like, all right. I went back to where I was living with my ex at the time, and I told her, like, I'm gonna, do it. And she was like, absolutely the fuck not. You're not doing that. Nope. Like, that's not happening. So I dropped it. I wound up going back anyway. And when I went,
let's have him do what the fuck she want to do.
God, yes, I do what I want. I made a good couple of $100 in one night. And I was actually working a day shift. So I was working 12 to 8, which was a lot safer. It was a lot emptier. There was like, different type of girls there. It was cool. I did it for like a duration of 2 months. About that, like a month and a half, 2 months. Yes, I stripped. I danced for a year and a half, 2 months.
Sure.
I know I don't talk about it, never talked about it, but I'm talking about it now. I was like 19, 20 years old. And I didn't do nothing crazy, but it's definitely a different world. It is definitely, girls is definitely cutthroat. They're about their money. You know, they're really quick to go, you know, girl, do what you gotta do for that money. I had been propositioned in all types of ways from men, offered all types of things for men, to do all types of things with men. I always declined. That was just not my zhuzh. That's not my thing. I always had a cab driver. It was the same cab driver that waited outside for me at 8 o'clock. I would get dressed with my sweatsuit on and go right out with my bag, my change of clothes, and that was my life. That was my life. I made probably the most money in my entire life, other than what I'm making right now. It was the best thing ever. Until this one time. No one knew. My family didn't know I was doing it. Nobody knew I was doing it. Oh, and my ex at the time, she actually got, I threw the money. I came home one day and I threw all the money on her. And she was like, all right, you can do it. So I kind of got her blessing, whatever.
Ain't no blessing in that shit. Talk about blessing. You better, nah, don't be blessing shit around here. It wasn't a blessing. Change that real quick.
No, I'm saying I got her blessing, like I got her okay.
Yeah, say okay, don't say blessing.
Okay. So I got her permission. So one night we had the same age brothers, so we had them both come down to where we were and stay with us for that weekend. So I was like, you know what?
Family.
Oh my God. So I was like, you know, let me go get some money real quick. Let me go work today.
Right.
Real quick, so we can take them out and really do things with them and take them to, like, you know, movies and take them to dinner and stuff. She was like, all right, cool. I watched them. I got them. I was like, all right. Took the cab I usually take. I didn't do the day shift. I did the night shift. This is the only time I did the night shift. I went in and did the night shift. I only had one friend in there. So a lot of things was going wrong. It was the night shift. It wasn't the day shift. The night shift, the girls were more hood and crazy and, like, really, like, greedy and OD crazy. Right? OD crazy. And the only friend I had, she had cramps and she left. So I'm there by myself now. I don't know none of these girls. And I'm working the night shift. This is the overnight shift. Everything was brand new to me. You know, I'm used to being the day girl with the day girls and day bartender, the day manager, all of that. I know all these people at night. But I was still doing it. I was drinking a lot because the waitress, the bartender gives us drinks to get kind of, you know, loose or whatever. I was getting a nasty vibe from the other girls because it was a really slow night, but all the customers that was coming in wanted to dance. They wanted me to dance. They was like, wanted to, like,
wanted jersey.
They wanted jersey. So I never got naked.
Wait, you so cute.
Thank you, baby. I never got naked. I never, like, did anything that compromised my dignity. Let's not, all right? But
she's not that kind of girl.
I really is. I'm really not. But I did just put it on as a costume, got in my zone while I was in there, put the shoes on, put a little lipstick on. Again, I was 19, 20 years old. I was really young. And I was like, let me just do it and get this money, you know? So, again, it was a slow night, but the guys that was coming in, they was interested in me only. I don't know why. I don't know. So, it got the other girls jealous. So I was getting a bad vibe from them. I called my ex at the time, and I was like, you know what? She was work overnight too, not too far, and she usually couldn't leave her building. But I was like, yo, you need to come get me because it's not a good vibe here. I don't know how you're gonna get here. She's like, I'm gonna leave and da da da. I was like, you need to get here because I just don't feel right. I don't feel right. Something's off. Something's wrong. So it's the end of the night. The manager sees that something, like, is not going right. So he says, all right, you go change your clothes first. Go change your clothes first, and then I'll send the girls back there to do it when you're done. Because, you know, I want you to be separated from them. I was like, all right, cool. Now, one of the girls already had said some slick stuff, and I kind of ignored it. And then there was one girl I was, like, cool with during that night, but then she went with their side. So it was a weird thing. I was kind of me against, like, 6 other girls, and they was all kissing the ass of one girl who was kind of a bully. I go in the locker room, push the door to the locker room. Mind you, I have box braids in my hair. I got a gown, like, you know, with those things on, and I have those heels that they wear. I go in the thing. I look to my right, and I see a girl jump on me in the mirror. Literally, mind you, I got the shoes on. I have, like, lingerie on. I have the braids in my hair. Next thing you know, I'm not gonna cry, babe. Why are you looking at me? You sad?
A little bit.
Don't be sad for me. So, they jumped me, y'all. They jumped me. It was like 5, 6 girls pulling my braids out, kicking me in my face with those heels on. Mind you, I'm fighting. I'm swinging. I'm like, get the fuck off my hair. I'm doing whatever I can to get my way out of it. I don't remember it hurting. I just remember how pissed the fuck off I was that they caught me and there's 6 of them. And I'm just livid, like I'm upset. They was jealous the whole time. The whole fucking night was like, should have told me to leave. But I was just like, you know, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. It's security guards here. I feel like it took them forever to get to the back of the club to where we was at to stop us, break us up. But I remember they finally like took them off me. I think it lasted like a good 4 or 5 minutes. It felt like longer than that. But they put me to the front and then gave me my money and my clothes and everything to get dressed in the front of the club. Had all the girls in the back, and then my ex called me and was like, where you at, where you at? And I was like, they jumped me, they jumped me, they jumped me. I remember me saying it over and over, like, babe, they jumped me. I can't believe they jumped me. And she was like, what? They what? And she a little older than me, so she got in the car, and I kind of got dressed, grabbed my money, and went out, and she kind of just like wrapped me, like just grabbed me and put me in the car. I was like, oh my god, they did that to you. It's so fucking gonna go to the hospital. And I didn't want to go to the hospital. Like, I wasn't in pain. I remember I had a headache. I remember I had a black thing here, and I remember my hair was gone. Like, they pulled out all of my box braids, y'all. It was detrimental. It was detrimental. I remember looking at myself in the mirror and crying because I was like, yo, I'm never gonna be pretty again. Like, I'm never gonna have hair. You could tell they tried to mess up my face. None of my body was touched, but you could tell they tried to like literally mess up my face and mess up my, like, you could tell they just wanted to do like damage to the way I looked. Y'all, it was detrimental. That was a hard time. That was a bad day for me. And my ex at the time, she didn't let me go out for like 2 weeks. And that was kind of the end of our relationship because I didn't want to be there no more. It's a dangerous city. And that's what I was like, oh, okay, this way everybody fucking talk about these girls out here is ruthless. Like, this is not New York. This is not Brooklyn. This is a whole different fucking ordeal. That's when my mother found out. Because I told my mother, like, I got in a fight. And she was like, wait, you got in a fight? And it was like 2 in the morning and you was by yourself? That don't sound right. What the fuck are you doing by yourself in the club 2 in the morning? You got jumped by a bunch of girls. And you don't know none of their real names. All their names is Candy and Lollipop and shit. She was like, that don't. So I had to tell her, and that broke her heart, and I was like, oh my god. So I went back home, and that's when I started to wear wigs. That was the beginning of my wig journey, because I have no hair. Yo, they took out all my shit, and I don't know. I think it affects me to this day as far as like being by myself. I'm always on edge.
She's always with me.
I always have to be with someone, and it is my wife. Like, I have a problem with going out by myself and doing things by myself. I think physically it didn't fuck with me. Like, I was kind of okay the next week after that, you know. Like, I never went to the hospital, never did anything like that. You know, my family was gonna come down there and do damage. They was gonna retaliate. They was gonna do some other shit. But I was like, no, you know, because cops, and you don't gotta get arrested out here. Like, you know, like. One thing I am upset is that they got away with it. Because I wanted to go back. That's another thing. I wanted my ex to turn the car around and let's go back. I wanted to go back. But she was like, no, we going back to the house. You need to lay down. We need to, you know, I'm like, no. I was more upset that they got away with it. Nothing happened. You know, like they didn't either get beat up or get arrested. Like, nothing happened to them. That's what I'm upset about. I'm upset that I think emotional or mentally it fucked with me, because like I said, even to this day I'm always on edge, especially when it comes to girls. You can kind of tell who got that type attitude on the train and shit, that, you know, I'm always, because one thing about that night is that I knew something was gonna happen, and if I would have went with my instincts, I probably would have been more careful. I probably would have told them to bring my clothes out, let me stand by the door instead of going. I don't know, like I would have. I just kept saying, you know, I kept thinking I was too naive, but I knew something's gonna happen by the way the girls are acting. So now I'm real like on edge. I'm really on edge. Like, you can't look at me wrong. You can't say nothing to me crazy, sideways, nothing, because that happened to me, and I'm just not gonna allow it to happen again. And girls get jumped all the time. Get girls in fight. Not me. I don't get jumped all the time. That shit was like that's not cool. And although they tried to mess this up, this is pretty much intact. You know, like, I'm glad nothing permanently damaged me, but yep. Oh, and that was the end of my stripping career. Okay, I was like, that's another way I looked at it. Like, maybe God was like, yo, this ain't for you. You know, like, you so above the mentality of being in here, and
you're smarter than that. Yeah,
you smarter, you better than that. You know, you got college degrees. Like, you don't need to be in here. I didn't have my degrees yet, actually. I didn't go to college yet. But yeah, maybe that was my way of saying, you know, that's not what, you know. But yeah, that was one of the worst days of my life.
Am I gonna do a whole video of this one?
You could do whatever you want.
Yeah, stop it because I want to come.
Okay, well, that's gonna be the end of this video, and it's my worst day of my life, and we're gonna do a part 2. That's gonna be my baby's worst day of her life. So
yippee!
Stay tuned for that. Comment below if you had anything, if you ever dealt with anything that's remotely similar to that situation. I'd love to hear about it and how you got over it.